Boom. What's up, freaks? I hope you guys are having an excellent Sunday afternoon, morning. I hope it doesn't suck. I hope you're not alone, but if you are, I hope you have the wherewithal, the mental capacity to handle what you're facing and the being alone aspect here. I completely 100% recognize how difficult it can be to be alone. And it can feel like sometimes this is the only option. It can feel like sometimes your only capability in life is to be alone or to alienate, and this is just how things are forever. You just suck it up. This is what my grandpa's grandpa did, and this is just how shit is. You just suck it up, you just deal with it. Well, let me just tell you something. That's not how it is. That's not legitimate. That's not factual. That's not consistent. And that's not based upon facts at all. The truth is, the truth is that you can actually change your surroundings. And this isn't some like motivational speaker, mumbo jumbo, snake oil salesman kind of idea. That's not what this is. You actually have the capability to change and alter your surroundings, your circumstances. You do. You have that capability within you. The goal becomes not necessarily to start trying to change your surroundings, but instead first begin to examine your circumstances, examine your perspective of your circumstances, and then ask for some help, right? Ask for some legitimate help. Okay, so like, let's say I got a veteran who can hardly afford to pay his bills, and he's on pharmaceuticals, and it seems like it's the only thing that's helping, and without him, he was definitely going to lose his mind, but now, instead, he's numb, and he can't feel anything, and that's better, right? And then I go to him, and I talk to him, and I say, veteran, how you doing, man? I don't know, man, whatever. And they just removed, sort of dismissed, sort of zombie, sort of quasi-human that he used to be, right? So then you see that veteran stuck, and he feels stuck. It feels like this is the only way it's going to get anything. This is it. This is life now. This is how that veteran feels. As if someone had locked the door to any opportunity or possibility of any change whatsoever, and that soldier mentality kicks in, or that Marine or that sailor or whatever. That mentality of the military that demanded you just suck it up. And you do what you're supposed to, and you toe the line when there's muster, you do the PT when there's PT, you eat the food when there's food, you do what you're told when you're told to do it, you sit down, you shut up, and your attitude doesn't matter at all. You make no clear indications at all that you're unhappy. You move, you shut up, you communicate, you kill, you eat, you sit down, that's all you do. You stand up. If you want emotions, we'll issue them to you, right? Well, let me tell you something, that's a lie that they tell you in the cult of the military, okay? That's a lie that they tell you in order to get you to do what they want you to do, what they need you to do. And in many cases, it doesn't take much at all, because many of, myself included, many veterans felt compelled to do the things we were being told to do. We signed up for this. This is what we came here for, right? So when they tell us to do something, it's like, all right, let's do it. It's not that hard. Sometimes it is difficult and hard, and when it is, that's when the brain think comes in, the group think, the sheeple, that's when it comes in. If you don't do this, everybody's going to hate you. You're a part of a community now that if you don't do and toe the line, do the right thing, you're going to get hated. You're going to be a hated person, right? That's what they say. That's what they infer. That's what they suggest. And so because you feel that way, and you leave the military and you come out and things start to get hard, the job you're at is difficult and challenging. The symptoms that you try to repress are just beginning to get so much that you don't know what to do. So you go to the VA, you get a diagnosis, they give you some pills, right? And then you get the pills for free because you're a veteran, right? And so you take them. And they I don't know if they work or not. You can't really tell. It's hard to tell. You're sort of muted. You stop having outbursts. You stop feeling. You stop pooping right. Everything starts to not work right. Things start to feel weird, and you don't know what to do. You feel hopeless. You feel in a residual cycle of nothing. That's how it feels. As if there are bars over your heart and your emotions are locked up inside. But the only other option is that all the other emotions come out, including the bad ones, right? And you don't want that to start to happen again, so you keep taking the pills over and over and over again. Until one of three things happens. A, nothing. You live that way until you die, and then you die. B, you kill yourself. I'm talking about statistics here, by the way. These are statistical proven facts. You go out, you Google this, it'll be proven true. First option, you kill yourself. Second option, you do it until you naturally die of causes. The third option, which many veterans recently are choosing to take, is saying, I don't want to feel that way anymore, and I want to keep feeling my emotions. I want to feel love for my spouse again. I want to feel love for my kids again. I want to feel compassion again. That's what they say. And they say, I'm going to do anything I can to begin to feel again. And many veterans go get a motorcycle. They join a VFW. They join a bowling league. They continue to strive and find something. They join a bikers club. They do something to find this camaraderie again. Then they're searching and they're searching and they're searching. Well, we're here to say, stop. You don't need to search any further. You found what you're looking for. Get in community and fellowship. Get as much of the pharmaceuticals out of your system as you can and start finding natural, legitimate, good, natural alternatives. Get accountable to men and or women who care about you and who will hold you accountable. Furthermore, get accountable to men and or women who are going to tell you truthful things in a truthful way. They're going to tell you things that are very honest and hard and true. And they're going to tell you you're messing up. Stop messing up. They're going to tell you we love you. Stop behaving this way. They're going to tell you, hey, this is a great idea. And they're going to tell you, hey, there's an opportunity over here to try this thing over here. Go ahead. We would love to help you. We would love to help you. Why? Because you're a part of our community. Why? Because we saw you on your own and we pulled you in. Or you saw us and you were on your own and you came running to us. Either way, you're here. You're a part of this community now and we're not going to let you go. We're not going to let you do that. You're going to mess up. You're going to make bad decisions. You're going to be a scheduling nightmare. You're going to be obnoxious. You're going to be loud. You're going to be removed. You're going to be dismissive. You're going to have all these symptoms related to your time in the service. Furthermore, related to the fact that you've been compounding those symptoms by never having actually dealt with them since you exited the military, which means you're going to be a difficult person to be around. You're going to be a challenge. But let me tell you something. The veterans that I am a part of, that I am joining with, the veterans that I stand next to on a daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly basis, the veterans that stand with Veterans for Natural Rights, those veterans are the kind of veterans that don't give an absolute flying crap about how you, quote unquote, can't handle it. They love you enough to see through your inability to understand what you're doing and how it's impacting your surroundings. And furthermore, they're willing to allow themselves to be uncomfortable on your behalf because they care enough about you. They want to see you do better because they themselves were tolerated. They themselves were loved. They themselves, veterans, were loved first, and then they go out and they love others. They wrap their arms around the necks of someone who wants to run away, and they say, I ain't letting go, and you're going to have to drag me with you. The idea, the story is, you may take, there's a general and he's at his last stand and he's got his pistol in his hand and he says, you may take my men, you may take my flag, you may take my uniform, you may take my money, you may take everything from me, but you will have to crawl over my dead body before I will willingly allow you to take my brothers or my sisters. Because this is a war, friends. There's nothing short of it. It is a war. A war against giving in and complacency. A war against suicide. A war against the idea that there is no hope. There is a war against that. So if you can imagine the general standing on the hill, holding his pistol in the air, bullets whizzing by his head, bombs blowing up all around him, and he screams in the face of the enemy, and he looks at them and he says, you're only taking my friends, my brothers, my sisters, willingly over my dead body. You'll have to kill me first and climb over my body. I'm going to grab onto your heel and drag you to hell with me if you shoot me to take my brothers and sisters. I put myself over myself. I put the care and interest of my own self, my own interests, I put them as lower than I do of the group that I am a part of, than the individuals with which I battle with. I put them above and beyond my own desires and wants. That's the kind of idea that we're trying to promote. This selfless sort of like residual, unstoppable kind of appreciation for those fellow human beings with which you've been charged to live life with. It's missing because of a lot of different things and issues. It's absent from a lot of conversations for a variety of different reasons. Reasons that don't necessarily matter. You're aware of it now. You know it now. So stop it now. The next time you're around somebody with a mental illness, don't pitter-patter around the conversation. If you feel necessary, pull them aside and speak plainly with them. Look them in the eye. Tell them you care. Ask them real hard questions. Be plain with them. Because you're pushing through the bars on their hearts oftentimes. And if they're rude and they're mean, they're still responsible, but maybe think about why they're rude and mean. They're still culpable for what they do, but maybe think about why they did it. Maybe think about why they're saying what they're saying. Maybe think about why they're behaving that way. And if you're capable of looking deep into that and thinking about why you might feel the way how you would feel if you've gone through what they've gone through, or maybe there's parts that you don't understand, all those different variables, maybe that will give you the time enough to pause before you respond with, "What a jerk." Maybe that will give you a second to respond in kindness and say, "Oh man, I'm really sorry you're going through this right now. It must be really difficult. I love you. I'm sorry you're dealing with this. You matter. Please don't hurt yourself. Please let me help you in some ways. Is there something I can do? Is there some way? Is there something? I mean, what do you need, man? I don't know. What can I help you with? Please. I'm not leaving you alone. I'm going to keep bothering you." Those are the kinds of words that come from a deep, 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 deep love for somebody. When that somebody you're talking to is treating you like garbage, you look them in the face and you say, "I love you anyway. I love you despite your inability to understand how you're treating me." That love was shown to me and shown to so many of my veteran friends. And I think we need to learn to send that same kind of love to our veteran brothers and sisters. So if you're listening to this or have listened to this and you'd like to help in some capacity and you'd like to do something that could make a difference, please send us a message on the page. Or you can visit my personal website, timothylocklear.com, and you can send me an email or send me a message on Facebook. I'd love to see what we can do to help. If you have resources or are willing to help in some capacity, I want to connect you with those humans that need the help that you want to give. I really do. I want to do that. We want to do that. Veterans with PTSD sometimes feel like there are bars over the windows of our hearts. Sometimes it's hard to function, and we need your love and support. So for more information, you can visit veteransfornaturalrights.org, or obviously you can troll through the page and see some of the stuff we're putting out there, or you can visit the websites I sent earlier. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate the support, and I hope you have a great